Just me and hello, welcome back to another episode of Victor Writes, Victor Reads. We've got a funny one today. Why don't we just get right into it? So, a little backstory first, though. I wrote this inspired by I have no idea, except for my daughter Ella asks a lot of questions about sex, and I started thinking about how we convince 9-year-olds and younger sometimes that they need to wait to become parents. And that reminded me of the classic take home a baby doll or take home an egg and care for it from the archaic sex ed classes that were around, at least when I was younger. And then I thought, what about the perspective of the egg? What if we wrote something like that? And I was happy when I submitted this to the publication on Medium. It's called Frazzled. It focuses on parenting stories that are humorous and or somehow adjacent to parenting, like family stuff, like sex ed in high school. And they submitted it to Medium and it was boosted, which is kind of a medium term for going more viral than a regular article that someone submits. So I was pleased. The concept seemed funny enough to them. And with that, let's jump right into it. So, I'm the egg baby from a high school sex ed class, and I've seen things no egg should see. What has this egg seen? All right. I'm the egg baby from a high school sex ed class. You know, the ones students are supposed to care for like a delicate little baby? Well, strap in, folks, because I'm about to recap a lifetime's worth of abuse crammed into one high school semester. Let's find out what happened. I didn't end up in this precarious situation by choice. One day, Boss Hinge strutted over. Egbert, she clucked, I've got an assignment for you. The high school down the road needs an egg for a special project. I think you can handle the pressure. You don't argue with Boss Hen. Off I went, packed into a box marked for educational purposes only. We'll see you in a semester. Boss Hen waved as my box was loaded into the back of a white van. How many days is a semester? I thought to myself as the van door slammed shut. My assignment started with such promise. Janice, my mother, was so eager and full of good intentions. Day one, she cradled me like the fragile being that I am. She even renamed me Mark Jr. because apparently she is dating Mark. I'm setting my egg timer at about 3 weeks for that relationship, but that's neither here nor there. Janice made me a little bed out of a shoebox with cotton balls. It was cozy, and I thought, maybe this won't be so bad. Then came the introductions. Janice's friends cooed over me like I was the cutest thing since Baby Yoda. I overheard all sorts of juicy gossip. I was there when Jessica confessed to a crush on her math tutor, and when Tom admitted he still didn't know how to spell separately. He was still stuck on separately. Remember, there's a rat in separately, I attempted to shout to Tom from the depths of my yoki soul. The honeymoon phase didn't last long. By day 3, I was more forgotten than Janice's algebra homework. I soon found myself rolling around her backpack with gum wrappers, chip crumbs, and a half-eaten PB&J. I daydreamed of being back on the farm, the warmth of a mama hen's backside smothering me with love. Oh, I didn't know it was a love article. High school is a war zone. Don't believe anything else you hear. Do you know what it's like to be pelted by spitballs? Then there were the hallways, pushing, pulling, slamming. It was enough to leave me feeling scrambled the entire school day. Janice wasn't exactly the most graceful guardian either. She dropped me at least twice a day, usually while fumbling for her locker combination. The other students? No better. I was borrowed and tossed around like a hacky sack during lunch breaks. A guy named Jeff thought it would be hilarious to see if I could bounce. Newsflash, Jeff. I can't. Can your baby brother? Janice insisted on dragging me to her extracurricular activities. She left me unattended on the sidelines of her soccer practices where I was vulnerable to stray balls and curious dogs. There was a particularly terrifying incident involving a dachshund with a taste for eggs. I still have nightmares about those beady little eyes and pointy nose. Parties were another ordeal. Picture this: a raucous teenage bash, red solo cups everywhere, and me, the baby, perched precariously on a table. The music was so loud, I thought my shell would crack from the vibrations alone. At one party, someone had the brilliant idea to start an egg on a spoon relay race. I felt as hungover the next day as the kids who'd polished off the Boone's Farm fuzzy navel. By the end of the project, I was more crack than egg. Janice tried her best to patch me up with tape and glue, but there's only so much you can do for an egg who has spent a semester with a teenage parent. She was desperate to hide the damage, going as far as to draw little flowers on me to distract from the cracks. Nice try, Janice, but this wasn't a coloring contest. The final presentation was a sham. Janice stood there holding me up as if she just completed a marathon, her smile faker than the sympathy card she gave to Sarah after she'd been dumped by her boyfriend. This project taught me responsibility and care, she said. Her final grade? C+. I think we've all learned something from my time spent in high school. I learned a semester is actually 126 excruciating days. Janice learned she needed to give it some time before becoming a human parent. As for Tom, in about 2 months, he should receive a note written in my best chicken scratch. There's a rat in Separately! And folks at home, if you did learn anything from this article today, it's that there is a rat in Separately. That will help you spell the word separately if you ever need that help. Don't be like Tom. Please like, please subscribe. Please feel free to leave a comment. Tell me, did you have an egg that you took home as an egg baby, or a baby doll, or anything that you cared for as a teen if you were in a sex ed class? And then let me know if there are any requests. If you go to Victor Yako, at Victor Yako on Medium, any articles that are on there that I've written, I'm happy to read, or you can send me something and make a request. And with that, I promise you, I will be back, okay? I'm gonna come back. It'll just be a little minute, okay? Bye. See ya.